Chapter 1: The Arrival. The town of Hollowfield was a peaceful place, where life moved at a slow pace and the residents lived in harmony. But that all changed with the arrival of a mysterious stranger. His name was Max, and he arrived in Hollowfield with a purpose. He was searching for something that he believed was hidden in the town. Max was a man of few words, but the residents of Hollowfield could tell that he was not to be trifled with. There was a certain energy about him, an intensity that set him apart from the other people in the town. Despite his mysterious demeanor, Max quickly made friends in Hollowfield. He was drawn to a group of young people who called themselves the Seekers. They were a tight-knit group of friends who were passionate about uncovering the truth and exploring the mysteries of the world. Max found himself drawn to the Seekers and their quest for knowledge, and he joined forces with them as they delved deeper into the secrets of Hollowfield. They explored the town's abandoned buildings and ancient ruins, searching for clues to the mysteries that lay hidden within. As they delved deeper, they began to uncover a dark and sinister plot that threatened the very fabric of Hollowfield. A powerful and evil force was at work in the town, and it was up to Max and the Seekers to stop it before it was too late. Together, they would face the challenges that lay ahead and protect the town from the evil that threatened to destroy it. They were the guardians of Hollowfield, and their fight had only just begun. Chapter 2: The Discovery. Max and the Seekers continued their investigations into the mysterious forces that threatened Hollowfield. They spent their days exploring the town, gathering information, and searching for clues. As they delved deeper, they stumbled upon an ancient artifact that seemed to hold the key to unlocking the secrets of Hollowfield. It was a small, intricately carved stone that glimmered with a strange light. Max knew that they had found something important, and he urged the Seekers to keep their discovery a secret. They knew that there were those who would stop at nothing to get their hands on the artifact, and they needed to protect it at all costs. Over the next few days, Max and the Seekers studied the artifact, trying to unlock its secrets. They were determined to uncover the truth about Hollowfield and put a stop to the evil forces that threatened their town. One night, as they were studying the artifact, Max received a warning from a mysterious source. He was told that the forces of darkness were closing in on Hollowfield and that they needed to act quickly if they wanted to save the town. Max rallied the Seekers and they set out into the night, determined to stop the evil before it was too late. They encountered several obstacles along the way, but they refused to be deterred. They knew that the future of Hollowfield was at stake and they would stop at nothing to protect it. As they approached the source of the evil, they could feel the power of the darkness growing stronger. But they refused to be intimidated. With the artifact in their possession, they had the power to defeat the evil and save Hollowfield. Max and the Seekers stood their ground, ready to face the forces of darkness and protect their town. They were the guardians of Hollowfield, and their fight had only just begun. Chapter 3: The Betrayal. The battle between Max and the Seekers against the forces of darkness was intense and brutal. They fought with all their might, using the power of the artifact to keep the evil at bay. Just when they thought they had the upper hand, a shocking revelation rocked the Seekers to their core. One of their own, a trusted member of the group, had betrayed them. The betrayer had been working for the forces of darkness all along, using their friendship with the Seekers to gather information and gain access to the artifact. The Seekers were stunned by the betrayal, and they struggled to come to terms with what had happened. Max was especially devastated. He had grown close to the betrayer and had never suspected that they were working against them. He felt like he had been duped, and he was filled with anger and regret. Despite their shock and disappointment, the Seekers knew that they had to continue their fight. They were the guardians of Hollowfield, and they would not let the town fall to the forces of darkness. With the betrayer now on the other side, the Seekers had to be more careful than ever. They knew that the enemy was closing in, and they needed to be prepared for anything. As they continued their battle, the Seekers discovered a shocking truth about the artifact. It was not just a simple piece of carved stone, but a powerful weapon that held the key to unlocking an ancient and powerful magic. With this knowledge, the Seekers redoubled their efforts. They knew that the fate of Hollowfield rested on their shoulders, and they were determined to protect their town and defeat the forces of darkness once and for all. Chapter 4: The Quest. Max and the Seekers set out on a dangerous journey to find the source of the magic that powered the artifact. They knew that it was hidden deep within the mountains that surrounded Hollowfield, and that the journey would not be easy. As they made their way through treacherous terrain and battled fierce creatures along the way, they encountered many challenges. But they were determined to reach their goal, and they pressed on. Along the way, Max and the Seekers were forced to face their fears and confront their own weaknesses. They were pushed to the brink, but they never gave up. They were the guardians of Hollowfield, and they would stop at nothing to save their town. Finally, after weeks of travel, they reached the source of the magic. It was a powerful crystal that glowed with an otherworldly light. The Seekers were awed by its beauty, and they knew that it was the key to unlocking the full power of the artifact. As they reached for the crystal, they were attacked by a group of dark creatures. The Seekers fought bravely, but they were badly outnumbered. Just when all seemed lost, Max stepped forward and unleashed the full power of the artifact. With a blinding flash of light, the dark creatures were defeated, and the Seekers were able to retrieve the crystal. They knew that they had won a major victory, but they also knew that their journey was far from over. With the crystal in their possession, Max and the Seekers returned to Hollowfield. They knew that they were stronger and more united than ever, and they were determined to use the power of the artifact to protect their town and defeat the forces of darkness once and for all. Chapter 5: The Final Battle. Max and the Seekers returned to Hollowfield with the crystal, ready to face the final battle against the forces of darkness. The town was under siege, and the Seekers knew that they were the only ones who could save it. With the power of the artifact and the crystal, the Seekers were able to summon a powerful spell that weakened the enemy's hold on the town. The battle was intense, but the Seekers were determined to fight until the very end. As the battle raged on, Max and the Seekers were pushed to their limits. They were battered and bruised, but they never lost their resolve. They were the guardians of Hollowfield, and they would not let the town fall to the forces of darkness. With a final surge of energy, Max and the Seekers unleashed the full power of the artifact. The dark creatures were defeated, and the town was saved. The Seekers had won the battle, but they knew that the war was far from over. Despite their victory, Max and the Seekers were left with a deep sense of sadness. They had lost friends and loved ones in the battle, and they were left to mourn their loss. But as they looked around at the town that they had fought so hard to save, they realized that their sacrifice had not been in vain. Hollowfield was safe, and the people of the town were free. With heavy hearts, Max and the Seekers bid farewell to their town and set out on their next adventure. They knew that they would always be the guardians of Hollowfield, and that they would always fight to protect the innocent and defeat the forces of darkness. And so, with a sense of purpose and a heart full of hope, Max and the Seekers continued their journey, always vigilant and always ready for the next challenge. If you liked this video, please give it a like and share. Subscribe the channel for more amazing stories.